Good morning, Krista. It is Sunday, and we just got back from Ireland on Friday. And I wanted to give you kind of a preview of what we're going to be working on the next couple of weeks as we share notes and share footage of our trip. So I wanted to set up the 3 different devices that I used to record footage while we were away. First up, we have my GoPro. This is the first time I was using it, and it had a lot of space to use for footage. Recording is a little under 1080p, and it kind of fisheyes. You can kind of see this in these clips right here. Generally, I think it looks pretty good, with the exception of like the distortion effect. But I can see why it's really good for like action shots. Like you can do a lot of stuff with it. Number 2. We've got my cell phone. This is a Nokia Lumia 920. Records to 1080p. Really good quality. In fact, I bought this phone specifically for the quality of the footage. It's not as good as your cell phone, your 2014 iPhone 6 Plus. But considering that the phone is about to end its contract run, I'd say the footage is pretty good. You can see right here a couple of examples. Now, I didn't use this one very much. I tried to keep my cell phone off for the most part. I had data, but I didn't want to use it because it's expensive, so I kept it on airplane mode, and I just didn't really want to be using my phone that much, especially because I had other options, so I turned it off a lot. Number 3, we have my pivot head video sunglasses. These record to 1080p footage. You can see it's actually pretty good. It's a little shaky because it's on my head for the most part, but the footage itself is actually really good. Audio sucks. You can't hear anything that you would expect to hear. The easy mistake is to think that the footage being recorded on your face and the sound there is going to be the same thing that you're seeing and hearing. It's not. The microphone's not as strong, and the footage I found has a couple of weird points. Like right here, you can see that the footage actually is like a little bit higher than you'd expect. I was clearly looking at this piece of paper because I was drawing, but you can't really see a lot of what I'm doing. Is that I use these 3 cameras in different ways. So it took me a little while to set up and get used to using the GoPro. So that actually really happened a big chunk in the middle of the trip. I don't know exactly why, but it just like I used it a lot in the middle. I didn't really bother with it the first like 2 or 3 days. And then the last day I didn't bring it with us. So like there's a lot of footage not on the GoPro. My cell phone camera, I didn't use that much, but I used it throughout. I always had my phone with me just in case. And sometimes I just didn't have another camera, or that was the easiest way to do it, so I just used that camera. But it's really sporadic. I don't have a lot of video from there. Lastly, the glasses I used a good amount at the start and at the end. And it's weird because I didn't really charge it very much. I used it a lot at the beginning and then started to get worried about the amount of storage on it because I didn't bring a computer, so I couldn't actually check. And that's a downside with these glasses. I don't have a good way of seeing how much footage is left. Well, that's about it. Weather is cold. It looks like we missed the last warm week, at least in New York, and now it's into November cold. People are cursing about it. I guess I kind of got used to the cold as a result, which is good. I'm also jet lagged as all hell, so I am operating a little early, and the fact that we just had daylight savings time here means that I'm operating even earlier. I thought we'd hit 9:30, and then it was pointed out to me that it's only, in fact, 8 when I started filming these. So that's fun. Eventually we're going to have to reset some clocks. But with that, I will see you this week.